I'm Göran Frölen, and I am the writer and one of the composers of Ramayana the Musical. This is a presentation of our project, why it is important, and why we want to share this with the whole world. Ramayana is one of the first major works of Sanskrit literature, the famous and influential epic written by poet Valmiki in ancient India. The epic tells about the life of Rama, the perfect king, and his faithful wife Sita, who was abducted by a demon and then liberated by her husband after a ferocious battle. One of the main purposes of Ramayana is to teach moral behavior, known as Dharma in the Oriental tradition. Well, I found out about Ramayana about 25 years ago. It's such a great story. It's about leadership, about really good leadership, and about brotherhood. And at the same time, I'm also a professional musical artist, so I've been working with music and writing music for my whole life. And now I was able to finally combine these two, my interest of Ramayana and to write a musical, which now we have Ramayana the Musical. I have traveled around a lot of places I've seen, but my favorite town is still Ayodhya. We have peace and prosperity and tranquility in this city where no one is a thief. Hey you! We can honestly say this is the best place on earth. Our future looks beautiful and bright. This is our home. Ramayana has greatly influenced art and culture in India and Southeast Asia. Often Ramayana is compared to Homer's Iliad and the Odyssey. They are similar in story, numbers of characters, and tradition of retelling. However, if the last two are celebrated in the West, Ramayana, widely spread in the East, is still unknown to the audience outside of Asia. Well, we feel that this story is just so good. The original text is very well written, has a fascinating protagonist and antagonist. Ramayana creates a kind of magic, a magical world where humans, gods, and animals are interconnected, and takes us away from our mundane day-to-day life.
Here, have another banana. Ooh, these are rather good. I'll take this back to my nest and I hope you find what you seek. Poor guy.
Ramayana can bring to the Western society, a story from one of the oldest civilizations on earth, which is ancient India. And we can get a taste and see how their political life was, the social life, and also we get a taste of the art and the music from that great continent.
No, I'm not, you just leave me. Your endless stupidity brought us to this.
What can't we accept these incredible gifts?
Oh God, in the heavens, please give me a sign to prove that this woman is no more a mother of mine. Now to refuse, I must leave at once.
We have chosen to tell this story in the form of a musical because we feel that most Westerners can recognize this genre of musical theater, and the many people also like it a lot. So since the story is unknown, we wanted to keep this framework of the musical theater just to make it easier to get into the story of Ramayana.
Now close your eyes and look inside and feel a power slowly rising. Now let it flow to give you strength to fight for Dharma and for liberty.
The work on the musical started 7 years ago when the first piece was composed. In 2021, Dmitry Orlov joined the project as a second composer and orchestrator. Since then, Ramayana has been developed into a 2-hour full-fledged production.
The uniqueness of this project is that it combines cultural elements of East and West. The story is originally Indian, but the style of the music is based mainly on Western musical tradition. Nevertheless, it includes Indian musical elements and colors in order to connect the music to the story. For some compositions we use, for example, electric guitars with a drum set, as well as sitar and tabla. So by blending all these artistic and musical elements together, we try to show that not only should we appreciate the best in every culture, but it is really possible to integrate them together for the benevolence and peace of all the
Will you
nations.
swear by it?
Swear?
Yes. Swear by it on Rama.
Yes, I will swear by it on Rama.
Then make Bharat king and banish Rama for 14 years.
What?
The test performance with a combination of professional and amateur actors has been played in Italy during the summer of 2022. In order to bring the production on a more professional level, the musical will now be going through a revision of the script and the score, as well as the performance itself.
The king never listens to what I have to say. He says I am young and so very beautiful.
One of the ideas of the project is to mix new young talent with experienced actors to create a dynamic and exciting melting pot of enthusiasm and experience. Moreover, to keep up with the concept of cultural diversity and integration between the East and West, our intention has been to have a cast and a supporting team from different parts of the world, aiming for Ramayana to be a truly intercultural project.
In just a moment, I could get an answer, and I'm not sure if I really want to see the end of the day.
The musical Ramayana is for all ages and communities. That's why we would like to perform it for the general public in theaters, schools, international educational centers and festivals all over the world. We would like to collaborate with cultural agencies, embassies, and organizations willing to promote intercultural educational projects.
I have drunk from the cup of infinity, yes, I have drunk from the cup of infinity, and I have found the key to the universe, and I have found the key to the universe. The idea of fusion between different cultures penetrates through all levels of production, including costumes and stage design. During the entire musical, the images of ancient India, with its rural areas, as well as its old magnificent palaces projected on the cinema-size screen. The scenographers employed various techniques of European art to create Oriental look with a Western touch. The film medium is brought into play in some scenes to enhance the viewer's experience. The actors on the stage are interacting with pre-recorded characters on the screen. The combination of live theatre with motion pictures is an additional feature that makes Ramayana unique and allows the production to step out of the just one art form boundary.
Ram, when you rise like the sun, then he will have nowhere to run. Lay down his kingdom, burn every bit of it. All my devotional powers are gathered, and I give them all to you.
The original author of Ramayana, Sage Valmiki, wrote, "As long as the mountains and rivers exist on this earth, the story of Ramayana will prevail among the people. As if following its creator's words, Ramayana, after thousands of years being told across Asia, is taking a new shape and making its way to Western society, spreading the story of honesty, bravery, and good leadership. The musical is also building cultural bridges between different ethnical groups, bringing our world a bit closer. Last but not least, Ramayana the Musical creates the breeding ground for emerging artists, actors and musicians who will shape the art landscape of the future. We live in a world where most of the world leaders don't have good leadership and they're not putting the people first. And so we have to learn this from the Ramayana, from the character of Rama in this story. He's the perfect leader, how a leader should be and how it should interact with the world. We feel it's important that we go back and learn from the great old storytellers so that we can understand our own history as well as the present.